The stars are out tonight. We might be near the end, deep in the night.
Good morning. Hello. How are you all doing today? It's in the title, but it's going to be a shorter stream today and tomorrow. Found out yesterday while I was at work that we're having some work meetings the rest of the week in the mornings. So, and that they're in office. So, I'm going to be basically finishing up my stream like the same time as Wednesdays, and then head in obviously and do my day job thing. So unfortunately, that cuts it down. Now I'm not really sure we're gonna be able to finish the web server assessment this week, but we'll do our best. We'll do our best. I invited Zilby down here. He's eating right now, but he's off camera. So we'll if he jumps up or hangs out, we'll get some pictures of him. Until then, let's see where we are. So last time, we got the should get a static file test working. So next up is should get a rendered index. So what I'm thinking, well, we need to decide which. Well, do we? Not really. I don't think I really need to decide here what the end result is, as long as it has like HTML and some like basic tags. I think that should just be fine then. And maybe we could create a file in Sylvie's kind of here. Okay, as soon as I do that, he literally walks out of the room. Cool. Let's see. So let's create a file in tests here. That's the end result index to HTML, because that way anybody who's taken this assessment can choose to use whichever rendering engine they want to. And we can choose to use something like Handlebars if we want, or I think I had written down, yeah, we can use Terra, we can use Askema, we could use Handlebars. Either of those, doesn't really matter. So let's do expected index to HTML. Ooh, so I wonder what it's going to create. I wonder if it's going to create exactly like this. We'll find out. Do I want... I could have this be like a name. So like hello. But it's gonna be hard to like have this be tested in that way. Let's just do hello world like that. So it'll be a simple assessment for this. I'm not sure the best way to do a more complex one without pulling in like Playwright or something else and actually rendering HTML in a browser, and maybe having like a form that I send back and an entire thing. I don't necessarily think that that's in scope for this. That might be like another entire thing is like, okay, we're going to do web server type stuff. Like build an entire web app. Okay, so if I do that, let's go just from the top. Let's take a look at Terra. Wow, I don't see documentation for extern crate very often. Not anymore. Oh, so it's going to take in HTML files as the templates. So they're not like .tar or .tera files. Interesting. Okay. So we're going to create a templates folder. Well, let's see. So I got everything else. Put out of here. That does make it a little bit difficult, doesn't it? Oh, I can create a random string. And we can pass that in with like a query param. We can pass that in with a query parameter. Okay, so we can do like hello world. I wonder if I want to do this as the same, like to grab the template out here and re-render it here with the same information. Or I don't know of a good way of like checking to see if it's valid HTML. Let's see, is there a okay, so HTML validation, I don't think that's gonna like actually validate the HTML itself. Oh, yeah, no README. Yeah, so I don't think that's gonna be helpful. I might be able to find something in some other language that I could use. But again, that will make it harder to run this code locally. I don't want to like spin up like a Lambda function or something like that to deal with this. I think we might just do this really, really simple. Let's delete the expected index. Let's come in here. We're going to get the index to HTML file. So I don't know if I need that n slash. I don't think I do. Okay, so we're just gonna go to like the root. Okay, so whatever is the content of this, we want to get that out, and then I want to start like check it. So I want to get like the first. I don't know if it's gonna be like I could get the first line. I can do lines in it. And as long as it's not mangled and it's in multiple lines, that would kind of work, maybe? Okay, so that gives me a reference of it, so I'm not taking ownership of it. Wait, does this give me... Okay, so give me lines, which is not an iterator, right? Oh, it is an iterator. Okay, so I want iterator. I want the first one. I guess we could do... So there's no first. There is a last. I could do next. Okay, that gives me an option strings, then we can expect this. Good morning, Demolroy. Hello, how are you doing today? No Demon, hello. How are you doing today? Ooh, okay. So then let's start with this. So I should get HTML back. Yeah, I don't really need the URL if I'm just going to do that. So you can just be a base URL. Awesome. That's great. I'm doing okay. Feeling a little bit tired near the end of the week, but that's all expected and good. Okay. So let's see. Now we should get a 404, right? Yeah, we got a 404 when we want a 200. So we got to fix that now. Okay, so in my router, I want to create a... What do I want to create? Wow, what do I want to name this? Like just a web server? Like HTML? Home? Oh, we might want to call this like home. No, I wanted to go to router mod. So then I probably want this before the nest service. So we're going to do a route to slash. I'm going to do a get to home. Yeah, absolutely. Ask away. If I can't answer it, I'll do my best. Interesting. This is a invalid route because another one has already set up here. Oh, look at that. Okay, so I can't do this. It's almost like I want you to be like anything. I don't know if star is a valid. It might be more like that. Oh, I still got a 404. In a migration file, you can't set the default value of column type of enumeration. Interesting. I have not used enums very much. Is this Postgres? MySQL. What version of MySQL database? This is literally the only place that the word default appears in the enum documentation. If an enum column is declared to permit null, the null value is a valid value for the column and the default value is null. If an enum column is declared not null, its default value is the first element of the list of permitted values. I wonder if this is what you're running into. I wonder if you can't specifically set what the default value is because they've basically set that the default value is the first element of the possible values of the enum. Basically, it looks to me like it's an auto default. Yeah, we use this also. Does this have an enum in here? Probably not, right? It well, no, not really. Ah, okay. So column definition, new enumeration, category table, category feed, category story. Right. So here's what they could be. Here's the name of the table. So the value is basically one of these things. Category table, category iter skip one. Okay. Doesn't say anything about the def is a little bit up. I figured this would have been def. It's not saying anything about defaults here. And based upon the documentation of MySQL itself, my thinking is that looking at this, feed is the default. And you can't stop that unless you make it nullable, and in which case null is the default. Which doesn't, I'm not sure, I don't really like that. So this is MySQL 8. I don't know if you're using like an older version and maybe that changed things. Version 10. Can I even go to... Oh, interesting. Huh. Version 10 isn't an option in the documentation, just version 8. Like I can go to 8.1. But I doubt 8.1 from 8 is going to change anything. Oh, you're using MariaDB. I wonder if MariaDB has different behavior. I wonder if they added that on to MySQL. I've not used MariaDB before. When I've used a MySQL type database in the past, it's just always been what is that called? It's just always been MySQL itself, like straight MySQL. Let's see, documentation. Can we find search enum? Okay, my search for enum gave me this. What? Oh, it's like a blog level, blog style. Okay. 2 matches. Okay, this is the search results for enum, and the only 2 places that enum are on this page is in my search and telling me what I searched for. That's cool. Wonderful. All right, let's. Is there anything about types? All right. Okay, let's since this isn't working, let's try asking find. Oh, you found it, stacking. Awesome. Also, good morning. When you provide integer, it says invalid default value for permission. MySQL itself says do not use integers as values for enums because it's not really a thing. It's like a string object, so it's. I wonder if it's going to say the same thing here. Oh, interesting. Okay, so you're trying to say default value would be like the index of this, right? So like you have permission with value, like the various permissions. Hello, stacking. You'd say good Wednesday morning, but your phone is informing you that it's Thursday. That makes it sound like you're having a Monday. You're having a case of the late week, the second half. It's the Monday of the second half. That's really what it is. Okay. No Demon, try putting in the value that you want it to be as the default. So if it was like permission apple orange pear, you then put in default apple. That should error out if that wasn't one of the permitted values. So I think this would work. I think that would work. Do they have any defaults in here? An enum can also contain null and empty values. If the enum column is declared to permit no values, null becomes a valid value as well as the default value. It didn't work. Okay. Okay, you write. Okay, so you tried that. If a default clause is missing, the default value will be null if the column is nullable. Otherwise, the first value in the enumeration. And can you describe? Can you connect into your database and describe it like this? And check to see what the default is. My bet is that you don't have access to setting the default yourself. It looks to me from the documentation from both MySQL and MariaDB that it's going to set it for you. Stacking, you slept all yesterday. The anesthesia is still kicking your butt. Well, I'm glad that you're up with us. I assume it was a successful operation. I hope it was, at least. I bet we could also set up a Docker. Let's see, let's do Maria and Enos. Okay, so if I do a you add toString and is migrated, you'll test the insert. Oh, interesting. So you had to add a toString to your default value to, I suppose, convert that to a string to put it in. I wonder what it was thinking that it was beforehand. Interesting. Okay, yeah. If that works, then there we go. Yeah, one of the things that I find when I'm having trouble with, you saw the enum value is a string, so might as well. Yeah. One of the things that I found when I'm trying to like debug anything to do with like a migrate tool, CORM, any other ORM tool, is to isolate the problem and try to like implement it in just like the raw database itself. So like, for example, the next step would be, okay, let's spin up a MariaDB instance in Docker, create a table, and then start like trying to create a table, create a column, set an enum value, and just try a manual create for that, a manual insert, see if we can like set the default and find out like how it works. Because once we know how it works in like normal SQL, usually it makes it a lot easier to sort of figure out what we want to do in the ORM. But if you figured that out, then that would be great. So hopefully your test bears fruit. Correct. You also don't have to use the CORM migration. You can use another one, which is kind of the way you're leaning. Yeah, I'm gonna teach it because I'm gonna have it in there, but like I'm not super happy with the way that it's set up. It feels to me a little bit too forced. Like we're gonna do this in Rust because I want to use Rust. as opposed to we're doing this in Rust because it's the best tool for the job. I kind of almost want the migrations just to be like we use Diesel's migrations, right? Diesel's migrations was just SQL. Like they just put SQL files down and it was fine. Now you're scared of relations. I guess like if you're scared of something like relations in a database, then try building and burning a table like a 2 or 3 table database in like Docker or something. So it's something you can like spin up and create really easily, really quickly, and manually with SQL, then create the relations, create the tables, create the relations, do the joins, insert some data, like join it around, and then burn it all down, and then do it again. Do that 5 times, and you'll start not being scared, if that makes sense. That's like a drill to like just sort of practice. Hey, Zilby, welcome. You want to hang out? No? Want to go into the closet behind me? Okay. Good talk. What? Can I come here? Instant purrs too. You like the migration syntax, it's still new, so you give it a pass for now. Oh, well, that's the other thing, is that everybody can have their own opinions, and nobody is right or wrong for any of them. The only really important thing is that we're productive, right? That we're able to like build stuff and move forward. So as long as that happens, then it's the right choice for you. I think personally, I like the ones that are closer to SQL. And I like to be able to write them really quickly, and I like my seeds to be separate from the migrations or whatever tool that is. What are you yelling at me about now? Still a 404 when I'm trying to get home. Interesting. Okay, so oh, maybe because it doesn't have a slash at the end there. I need something like that. That's still a 404. Oh, and then it panicked at should have a first line. Wait a second. Why is it even getting to this? Shouldn't it have panicked here? Now I'm confused. Okay, so running 3 tests. Okay, so we ignore this should get rendered index instead of a 404. Should get rendered index panicked at should have first line. Should get static file got a 404. That's what the problem is. Okay. That's what the problem is. So, ooh, how do I want to handle that? Is there a way to tell this nest service? So I want you really to be on slash like this. And I served her here from public folder. But it's yelling at me because this is already set up, right? Like if I try saving this, you aren't happy and won't even compile because there's a conflict with the routes. So I want you to be like a catch-all. Which I think we're going to find in Axum's documentation for routing. Okay, so they have the idea of a star. Okay, so star can be a wild card. So can I do something like this? I thought I tried this already, but maybe I didn't. A wild card like you. Nested routes cannot contain wildcards. Okay, so then how about I want path. That claims that it works, but I want to get sample JSON. We got a 404 for that. So maybe then I need something like public, like something like this. Okay, so if I save you, you'll compile, right? I'm gonna go base URL / public. Should get a static file is now okay again. Oh, okay. So I don't want to go with slash. I need to start with something else, and then that works. Interesting. I'm not super like that, but I can work with it. So now you're yelling at me because should get rendered index. Where's that error? Panicked at should have a first line. Okay, so that's why there. So back to here. I probably want a templates inside of here. I don't know, maybe this goes into routes too. Maybe this goes into routes. Oh, I remember how this would work. We were going to create in here. I'm going to create a make their templates like views maybe. I'll do templates. Touch, let's call this home.html. Oh man, I so wish that I had a snippet for this. Okay, so if I just do that, we're going to start by installing Terra. No, not full. I want window like that. I don't think I need preserve order or date locale. Okay, so I think I'm good. Oh yeah, I'm in HTML. Let's now where do I want to be for this? Assuming the Rust file is at the same level as the templates folder, we can get a Terra instance that way. So it's not, we're gonna have to go up one directory. So I'm gonna have to tell it that. Okay. So I want to do a Terra new and then hand it the location of where to find it. Oh, but wait, okay, this is all the templates, okay. Compiling templates is a step that is meant to only happen once. Then I could render the thing, okay. Is Terra clonable? So once I create the Terra, I could then clone that and hand it around, right? Yeah, and then I can, okay, so I can hand things in. So that makes sense. So it sounds to me like this might need to be an extension or a state. So I'll probably do this. Okay, so where did I create? I created the templates here in router. So maybe I want to actually move this. Can I move? Okay, I can move templates. Not getting autocomplete. Ooh, okay. So I don't actually know if I could do that. Oh, this isn't source. Never mind. Okay. I'm good then. So maybe in here we're gonna do it. And so we can do this here. So we have at the beginning of the creator, so we have Terra here. New, and then the directory is going to be templates, something like that. Oh, and that gives me a result. Okay. That makes you okay. We have to go to main though and fix that. I guess I probably could have just panicked with that, right? Okay, so do those. That's all happy. Expected app found result. You should now have that. Did I not save this? Self new. Oh. Wait. Why is this? Why is that still saying self? Oh, the default. The default. Yeah. Okay, so we can't implement default anymore. Sorry, Clippy. You weren't helpful. There we go. Okay, so now we have Terra. I want to create a app state, and then that's going to be a Terra. So no, don't rename that. Apparently A is renamed. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, so we're going to touch state S. Oh, I probably don't need to be pub. I can just mod app state. This needs to be pub. So pub struct state. We're gonna have Terra is Terra. I don't know if I need to create like a builder for it or anything. I don't think I do. Okay, so when we go to serve this, I'm going to want create router to take in an app state. Okay. Let's see if it's clonable. Or can you expect Terra instead of question mark? Yeah, I certainly could. I like to, especially in like more real apps, if possible, I like to bubble up the errors all the way to the top and then basically just handle them there. To like print out what the values are and either quit or do something at that point in time. So that's why I question marked at this point. Okay, server's running. It's happy with the clone. That's good. So we have app state here, which means that we can now, with state, pass it in the states. Now we have access to Terra here. What are you upset about? The trait bound app state clone is not satisfied. Okay, so I need to add clone to app state itself. And then you're happy. Okay, so now we're going to go to home and take in the state. Yeah, it's going to be state is the full state. Okay, still happy. I want to... We want to render that and return it. You map error and use tracing error usually. Oh, do you do that down further? I usually, well, it depends. I map error and tracing error in a route handler, but if it's not in a route handler and it has direct access to main, then I just bubble up to that. It's like the creation of the entire thing. I just do that, and I'm using error, so it's like it doesn't really matter. Okay, so we're gonna do Terra render. It also depends if you care about login or not. Yeah, like in this case, I only care about loginess to the console, so therefore it doesn't like it does. It's going there. I don't care about nicely logging. Also, that error was happening before the server actually started. It's potentially like crashing earlier. So that's another reason why I'm printing it. It's like the standard out, because it's not really part of the server running normally. Okay, so I can do Terra render and I tell it what I'm attempting to render. And then I can hand it a context. So I bet I need a context. From Terra. And then I want to do, so let the HTML is, we're just going to do Terra render. Oh, we get that. So it's going to be state.terra.render. Template name. So it's going to be home. I think it's, home.html. And then context. and you return a result. Here we're going to map error. I want to do a tracing error. Thank you. Error rendering home template. Nope, stop. Okay, so I put that in there, and then I want to... Okay, so if that can happen, then I'm probably going to want a 500 error. So if this is successful, I want... There's no like HTML extractor, right? There's an HTML struct. Oh. Why is that a type in there? Interesting. Okay. HTML string, if that one, and then this one will be a status code. I'll just do status code. Okay, you're that. And now question mark you. Right? And that becomes, okay, that gives me a string. All right, perfect. So then I want to return okay. HTML. That couldn't return this because... Huh. I would expect that could return... Oh, map error. I don't return out of here like that. I don't actually turn it into an error. I go like this. Yeah. I remember how to Rust. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so if I run you, we fail because we got a 500. Error rendering home template home.html not found. Is it not .html? Template home not found. Okay, hold on. We have templates home.html there. And here we're doing go to templates. Start at HTML. Oh, I don't bother reading it. I just know that the reading it means that I'm not returning the right thing. So I didn't actually have to read any of that. So new templates. Okay, assuming the Rust file is at the same level as the templates folder, we can get a Terra instance that way. So Terra new templates star.html. So that's exactly what we got. We did not get a parsing error. So that's good. You've added this concat environment cargo manifest directory. Oh yeah, to go get like where the cargo is. Yeah. The documentation doesn't show that it should need that, though. You found it in an example. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. So maybe they changed things and didn't update the documentation. Okay. Oh, they have a playground. Hold on. Oh, the playground is just for that. I was kind of hoping that all right, let's go take a look at this. I was kind of hoping that their playground would actually show like the full thing working. So let's see. I want examples, basic, main. So, okay, we have here Terra new examples, basic temp. Oh, starting from examples. Does that mean I need to move templates to... Oh. Templates are part of source. Is that what we're saying? That they go out here. Server running. Template home not found, but maybe it's home.html. Oh, that was a CORM example. Yeah, that one needs more information. Oh, it worked. Okay, so we got the HTML. Okay, that's good. And then let's take in a query parameter. I think this needs to be well, I'm actually running out of time because it's 7:10. And I mentioned it early at the beginning of the stream, but I don't know if any of you were on at that time, but I have to go into work again today and tomorrow for early morning meetings for the rest of the week. So, all right. But what we've learned that for templates in Terra, they do not go into the source folder. They go into the root of the project, which makes it, and then it's searching from the root of the project. So you were right, No Demon. That would have worked. I could, if I had chosen to say, get me from the root of the project and then goes into like, source or something like that, it would have found it. Maybe. But no need to, right? Because I'm just going here. That documentation was like a little bit weird with that. That being said, I think it's fine. I think it's going to work out the way we want it to. We're rendering HTML. That's great. And so the next thing is I want to render HTML. I want to render this HTML regardless if we're no, I want to pass in. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do something like this here. To do pass in context to the template with like value in query params. Okay, let's try that. Obviously, this will now crash, and we'll get a 500, and the server will stop working, and that's okay and normal, which is fine. Will let us know what to work on next time. Okay, so we have our cargo stuff, live name, test, app state, router, home. Okay, so everything should be fine here. All right, and that is pushed up, ready for tomorrow when we have our other short stream to hopefully finish out at least this this part of the assessment, and then we'll see how far we get. So with that, thank you everybody for hanging out today. Sorry again for the short stream and like the short notice for the short stream, but we'll be back to longer streams next week. So with that, I will see you tomorrow morning at around the same time, 6 a.m. Mountain Time, to continue working on the web server assessment. So with that, have a good one and see you then. Bye.